Good evening. Welcome to tonight's I'mPossible conversation. I'm your host, Suki. I'mPossible conversation where ordinary people share their extraordinary stories. Tonight, my guest is Naga Toram, and she is a Bob Proctor courses. Hey,
Hi, Suki.
oh,
Very nice to see
I
you
was
here.
I was talking, but I forgot my speaker. I really hope it got picked up. So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Okay, I really would like to. I really would like you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
My name is Naga Toram, and
Mm-hmm.
I am Proctor Gallagher consultant. And I help people to set and achieve big goals through a program called Thinking into Results,
Mm-hmm.
and by helping them to change the mindset and habits in the process of achieving something big. So
Okay.
before I talk about the program, I just want to give you a background about myself and to give
Yes.
you context of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in India with a very happy, supporting family,
Yes.
and I was always allowed to dream big. But there were lots of financial difficulties while growing up. And it was very painful to see my father struggle day in, day out, and without getting the results he wanted. And as a teenager, I think around 15 years old, when I was, I decided to myself that I need to take responsibility for my life if I want to see any change in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it came up.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, I feel like I was very young to decide that, but I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I am responsible and I'm in charge of my life. And I worked hard, and then I studied computer science and engineering degree.
Uh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I worked as academic assistant, followed by assistant professor in an
Uh-huh.
engineering college where I used
Oh,
to
wow.
teach.
Very brainy.
It was good. I really enjoyed
Uh-huh.
that part of my life where I used to
Uh-huh.
teach students computer science subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I came to UK. I did my master's in software engineering,
Uh-huh.
and since then I worked in various roles as software developer, and I was always, you know, used to setting big goal, which was bigger than what I was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
then I would go after and I would achieve that. It doesn't mean that it was all a smooth process, but
Mm-hmm.
no matter what hurdles came up, I was used to just getting over and doing what I wanted. So yeah, it was all good, but
Uh-huh.
just last year,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had everything I wanted. I was working for a company based in London, but I was living in Newcastle. I was working from home. I was living in a dream home. So
Mm-hmm.
everything should be right, you know. But something was missing in my life. And I thought maybe it is midlife crisis. I don't know if that was midlife crisis or not. Yeah, then it went for a few months and I felt that's not the way to live. Usually, I feel like life is too short to live that
Mm-hmm.
way. So
Yeah.
it was bothering me for some time. So I
Uh-huh.
felt it's time to do something about it. And so I reflected on what was missing. And then I
Uh-huh.
felt like I was stuck in a 9 to 5 job,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just stuck in a rut. I was just living a routine life,
Yeah.
and and I was working from home, so I wasn't really interacting with many people. So that's something I
Mm-hmm.
was missing as well. And then
Right.
I felt like I need challenges, some projects that I want to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And with all these things, I thought, what can I do to make it better? And the only way I felt was to become self-employed. Uh,
Okay.
and that wasn't an easy decision for me because,
Uh-huh.
when my father was in a job, we had a very happy, peaceful life. And then he quit the job, he set up his own business, and there were so many difficulties. So I
Right.
guess I emotionally got involved with the idea that my family is meant to just work as an employee,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah. Or
not
maybe that's
business.
a really safe side. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
safe option. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I thought. So here I was last year, and I had this new thoughts, and I felt I need to follow and become self-employed. So in order to
Mm-hmm.
do that, I had to work on my own perception of what I thought about running a business.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, I had to just reflect on myself, and I thought to myself, yes, we went through financial difficulties, but I learned a lot as a kid about what didn't work, what worked, why things were wrong. So I had so much experience looking at my father. So I felt
Yeah.
maybe I can use as an
Mm-hmm.
advantage rather than I was thinking, that's not for me, but I could have,
Yeah.
taken those ideas from
Of
there.
course.
So,
Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, go on.
Yeah. Like a few people coming up, and then I just wanted to say hello. Hello, Helen. Hello, Becky, and hello, Batot. Yeah. So they're just
Hello,
coming in
everyone.
the yeah. Uh-huh. And sorry if I disturbed you, because when you said like you had always had a big dream, and you always put your dream up there and then work towards it. Could you give us an example? Because your career path was really high, because you were like
Mm-hmm.
assistant professor, and you taught at universities, and you've
Yeah,
done lots the software engineering. I
yeah.
don't think it's for faint-hearted.
It was good. I really
Uh-huh.
enjoyed studying that and as a lecturer as well. I think when I was a lecturer, I felt like my experience wasn't enough to teach
Mhm.
students because I was fresh out of college and I was teaching them, and I
Mhm.
did not have real-time experience. So after I, came here to do my master's, I had to find a job, and because I came from India, I had to apply for visa and
Mhm.
go through work permit, and it's a big process, and
Mhm.
lots of uncertainties, not as easy as it appears to get a job with the visa. So
Mhm.
that was a quite a big challenge for me. So I went through that process, I got what I
Mhm.
wanted, and then I wanted to change my career. I mean, I was working as web developer, but I
Mhm.
wanted to do something different. And then
Mhm.
in IT still, but in a different
Mhm.
language and different stuff. So it is like you have to always learn and do the stuff,
Mhm.
and you attend conferences, you just
Mhm.
expand your awareness
Yeah.
um, to achieve different things. And
Mhm.
then career wise, I got the salary which I never dreamed I would be achieving.
Mhm.
The things which I never thought would happen did
Mhm.
happen. And one of the big things which was just in the last 3 years was moving to Newcastle. That
Mhm.
was a big goal as well because we were
I
living in
bet
South.
Newcastle is the best city to be in.
It is, absolutely. I love it. Yeah. So, yeah, so coming to that, like we were living in South
Uh-huh.
and we had friends in Newcastle, so we wanted to
Mhm.
move here. But our big question was, what about the jobs? Because I did not see the jobs related to my field. I was working as Salesforce developer at the time,
Mhm.
and I did not find any jobs. So it was like lots of questions. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Is it risky? Then at one point we thought, why are we thinking so much? Let's make a decision and do it. And in the worst case, what are we going to lose? We can go back if we want to
Yeah,
later on.
exactly.
So we made a decision, but one thing we wanted was we still wanted the same wages as in
Mhm.
London South
All right.
while living here.
So you kept going back. You kept your
So
job there.
yeah, so we were clear that we wanted that
Mhm.
salary. We didn't want to reduce our salary just
Uh-huh.
because we are moving to another place, and
Yeah.
we knew that
Uh-huh.
here it would be less, obviously,
Uh-huh.
compared to cost of living and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that itself was a big goal, and we didn't know how
Mhm.
we will achieve it. But fast forward 3 years, we bought the house here. Not only that, my husband is still working for the same company in South, working from home. And I found a job to work from home, working for a client in London. So that itself was a big goal. And we didn't know those kind of jobs exist where you can work from home most of the time. And yeah, so lots of things I did
Yeah.
in the process. And I would say
Everything
it was in,
works.
yeah, it
Everything
works.
works. Yeah.
It works. It just, you
Yeah.
need to believe that. You
Yeah,
need to believe
exactly.
that. And once you really firmly believe it, you are emotionally involved. Yes, there will be things that you need to work on, in the
Yeah.
process. There will be disturbance in between because you are trying to do something,
Of
but
course.
it works. Once you follow the process, absolutely works.
Yeah. So how did the Bob Proctor come to your life?
Yeah,
What triggered it? Because Bob
yeah.
Proctor is a big name. It's a huge name.
Yes, he is. And last year, as I said,
Mm-hmm.
like something was going on, maybe
Mm-hmm.
midlife crisis, and I figured out I need to become self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking about that, and in the process, I felt like I need to work on my personal growth. That was something my inner voice said to me. I never thought about personal growth before until that
Mm-hmm.
point. And then I started looking at YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
and then I found some amazing videos, and one of them was from Bob Proctor.
Yep.
And I was so impressed, so amazed with what he was talking about. And I felt so much connected with what he shared. And I started watching more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a YouTube ad about his paradigm shift event, which was
Mm-hmm.
in June last year. And I watched live streaming of the program, and
All right.
I didn't know what to expect, but I was so emotional. I had tears of joy, aha moments, and I felt like I managed to connect my dots in the past
Uh-huh.
about how I reached where I am now,
Yeah. I
considering all the
yeah.
financial difficulties we had as a
Yeah.
family.
I think people call it breakthrough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All
And
things happen same time, like happiness, sadness, and you just
yeah,
cry. Yeah, you're emotionally attached to it. Yeah.
yeah, I was there, and then I thought I wanted to meet this man
Mm-hmm.
until that month, May 2018. I didn't know about Bob Proctor, and
Uh-huh.
I felt like, oh my God, I want to meet him, and I didn't know when or how, but
Uh-huh.
then I looked at their website, looked at all the programs they had. There
Mm-hmm.
was one program called Matrix, one of the big program,
Yeah.
and it was happening in November. So
Uh-huh.
I filled in the form.
Uh-huh.
So usually when I want something, I just fill in the form just so that I don't change my mind later,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I filled in the form, the sales consultant called me, and I decided to take in, at the time,
Can I ask you where
yeah,
it was? Because you were in Newcastle that time. Where was that course taking place?
yeah, it was a 5-day event in Toronto, in Canada.
It's in Canada. So
Yeah,
you just filled the form because you just fill the form and you just fly there. You
yeah, I
just
filled
make
the
your decision
form.
like that.
Yeah, I got the call, and at the time, I resigned my job. I
Mm-hmm.
was in the process of serving the notice period. I did
Mm-hmm.
not have a new job. I did not have
Mm-hmm.
money in the account. I had the credit card, and it
Yep.
was a very expensive program. And I just made a decision to go there. I felt
Uh-huh.
like I will figure out, I'll find a contract, something to
Mm-hmm.
pay it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I went to Toronto in November last year. It
Mm-hmm.
was so amazing just being in that positive vibe and amazing people. And Bob kindly invited to his home,
Mm-hmm.
and it was quite emotional experience. I loved
Yeah.
it,
So
absolutely loved it.
Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, is that right?
Yes,
So they
Bob
have an
Proctor.
institute
Yeah,
and they have loads of different courses.
that's right.
And you are a facilitator now.
Yes,
And
that's right.
you are based in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I went to Matrix, they advertised a
Mm-hmm.
program. So
Mm-hmm.
they were having consultants to run their program called Thinking into Results. And I felt like that's something I need to do because I already was in a teaching profession, teaching students. I really loved seeing transformation in students. And that's something I always wanted to go back to. Funnily, I used to think I will do it when I retire, but you can do any time really, isn't it? So yeah, I felt that's a program I need to just take up, and I came back home from Matrix, and within a week I decided to sign up, and then it's been an amazing journey since then. I'm so glad I did that, took that decision
Yeah.
to join the program.
Because I'm sure he has so many different courses and programs, and I know one of them is a paradigm shift,
Yeah,
and the other ones are thinking
it's
to
called,
result,
Thinking into Results is
into
the program
results.
that I
Yeah.
facilitate.
So do you want to cover a little bit about the paradigm shift and why it's important and what it is,
Yeah.
etc.?
Yeah, sure. Paradigm is really, it's something we all need to understand, and it took me a while to understand when I heard this word last year. So paradigm is are the multitude of habits or ideas which are programmed in our subconscious mind. So basically, the way we talk, the way we do our things, maybe the morning routine, and our beliefs, they are all based on the paradigms. And some of the paradigms, these ideas are not even yours. These are passed on from one generation to other. And some paradigms we picked up from environment we grew up in, and the society, the culture, all these ideas, different ideas that we programmed ourselves with is based on external factors as well. So there are some paradigms that are working in favor of you. So if you're happy with your results, so yes, some of your positive paradigms are helping you to get what you want. But there will be some other things, some other ideas or beliefs that you have that are not really helping you to get the results that you want. So if some results you're not happy about, that's also with the paradigms, you know. And the thing is, like, when the babies from 0 to 3 years, they just
Yep.
pick everything because they don't have a conscious reasoning for themselves.
Yeah.
They absorb everything that's in the surrounding. So if some of the things are not working, it may not be your fault either. It's something that happened with your environment. But the good news is you can change any paradigm that you want, that you think it's not serving you anymore. And there are two ways of doing it. One, emotional impact, some big event happens in your life and it
Yeah.
shakes you so much, and you just decide to change, and just within a moment you change it, right?
Is that what it is?
Sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah. Because I know, like, sorry, like to interrupt, but like I feel like like there are like aha moment or like awakening call,
Yeah,
and then I feel like the people just have to experience something really bad to wake up and do something completely do things differently. So that's a paradigm shift, isn't it?
yeah, it just changes you again. When something bad happens, it's we are in charge of whether we want to change it positively or we want to get stuck in that what's happening at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's one way of just changing the paradigm, but we don't always want to wait for some bad event to happen in
Yeah,
life, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's quite popular one, yeah.
And the other way is through repetition. You repeat, 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 and then over time you're programming your subconscious mind in the way you want. So there is a process. Amazing. It's not that difficult, but you really want to do it. Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
you can't change it. Only you can
Yeah,
change your paradigms. No one else
yeah. It
can.
sounds like it's a habit forming.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
uh-huh.
replacing the habit which is not serving
Mm-hmm.
you anymore with a new habit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it is
uh-huh.
an easy process, but do people do it? Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone. Even if you explain the process, people will not do.
Yeah, it is quite hard to stick.
Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh.
I think it is because people are stuck with their current results
Mhm.
and their current results won't give the new results they want.
Yeah.
And they get an idea that I want to go here, I'm here.
Mhm.
They get
Mhm.
an idea, they think about it, and
Mhm.
because they are still not here, they will bounce back and they don't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
people do get ideas. Some people are good at deciding, yes, this is what
Mhm.
I want, I am here, I will just reach here no matter what. And
Mhm.
they do it. But some people,
Yeah.
they don't do. So paradigms,
Mhm.
it's all about the habits. So Bob Proctor is doing a seminar again in the
Mhm.
end of June. So that was the one that was the first event
Yeah.
I attended. Yeah, it was
All right.
amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say there was like Linda, Becky, and Howard. If you guys have any questions for Naga, please feel free to type and I'll read it out to her.
Yes, please
Yeah.
do.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for
Mhm.
joining. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because okay, the habit forming we
Yeah.
were talking, and
Yeah.
what else? What else does the paradigm shift cover?
So it is just making you aware of things, why some people just get all the results they want, and why
Mhm.
some people don't get the results they want
Mhm. Yeah.
to get. It's about they're afraid of the change,
Mhm.
because they're not familiar with what they are going after.
Yeah. Mhm.
And yes, repetition helps, but you
Mhm.
need to get emotionally involved with something that you want to do to
Oh,
really make a change.
of
You need to
course.
have a big desire to do it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And just how can you put that big desire in your mind every day? So there is a
Mhm.
process for it. It's not that difficult. It's
Uh-huh.
not everyone does it. So
Yeah.
paradigm shift covers lots of different ideas, and it's an amazing
Uh-huh.
program. And going back to what I do as a thinking into results facilitator,
Yes.
we
Uh-huh.
touch on the paradigms. And
Mhm.
basically, the first step is setting big goals, just being very clear at what you want. And
And
it's
get excited.
important. Get
Mhm.
excited, but you need to
Yeah.
be clear, because if you follow the process, you will achieve whatever you want. So
Uh-huh.
you need to be clear what is it that you want. You may end
Uh-huh.
up having a goal that is not serve, will not serve you down the line, but that's why you need to be very clear of what is it that you really want. What are your
Uh,
true desires that
yeah.
you want to achieve? And yeah, so we work on the goals. And then
Uh-huh.
to achieve the goals, you need to work on your habits, your paradigms. That's a
Uh-huh.
big thing. So it's all about, the program is about self reflection. In paradigm shift, you will
Mhm.
understand what the paradigms are and what's stopping you from doing what you want and how you can overcome it.
Mhm.
But this thinking into results goes deeply into those concepts. And unless you act on what you want to do, you will not get the results. We
Yeah.
gather so much information all the time from everywhere, videos and stuff, but are we
Mhm.
really acting on it? Are we really connected to what we want, and are we taking action? So it's all about self-reflection, really. And every lesson, like there are 2 lessons about habits, how to
Mhm.
change your habits and reprogram yourself. And
Mhm.
one lesson we talk about how the mind works, and that's really
Mhm.
powerful because you need to
Yeah.
understand to make a change.
Mhm.
And there is a chapter about working on your mental faculties. We are all
Mhm.
linked to external world with what we hear, what we see, and how we
Uh-huh.
feel, all the sensory factors.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
we believe
Yeah.
that those are the external environment is what will give our results, but that's not true. We create our results, we create our reality, not the
Right.
external world.
I see. So it's like
Yeah,
you see what you want to see, you hear what you want to hear. People say
yeah,
like selective hearing, or
yeah,
yeah, because
absolutely.
oh, that
Yeah.
really makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not just depending on external environment.
Uh-huh.
You visualize, you feel, you think what you want. Maybe it
Uh-huh.
doesn't exist,
Yeah.
but first you create an image in your mind, and then it
Uh-huh.
becomes the reality.
Yeah.
And we see around the world, everything that we have, the mobile we are using, it was someone's imagination at some point. It wasn't there before. And everything we look around, it amazes
Mm-hmm.
me, like every small thing, we take it for granted, but it
Yeah.
did not exist before. It was in someone's imagination before it became reality, right?
Exactly.
That's all it is. And going
Uh-huh.
back to my own life, creating
Mm-hmm.
this reality of living in Newcastle, working from home while getting the wages I wanted from London
Mm-hmm.
wages,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did not know that existed. I
Yeah.
had to just form that idea that I
Mm-hmm.
wanted this, and then it became a reality. So, yeah, we work on the mental faculties that can help you achieve what you want and
Uh-huh.
make you more efficient in the work you do.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of different things. We work on the self-image, which is a very important chapter for many people. What are you putting in your head? Are you talking positive words about yourself, or are you putting negative words about yourself? It is
Mm-hmm.
like, it's amazing, like people, they are very polite when it comes to other people, but are you polite to yourself? Are you bullying yourself? Are you polite to yourself? What are the words you're putting in your head about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
That really determines, the results, what you see in the external world. It is everything we see externally is the
Mm-hmm.
result of our manifestation, our thoughts. Honestly, there's so much we can talk
But
about
it's
here.
really hard, Naga, because I try to do like something similar what you're doing. Not like facilitate. I just try to apply things on my,
Mm-hmm.
because I know the subconscious mind wouldn't know any difference and stuff.
Yeah.
And and sometimes I think something bad, obviously, and then I just blame myself and feel guilty about it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So,
If you know what I mean. Oh, I shouldn't think like that. I'm really like, oh, that
yeah. It is, Suki, it is like just working on your muscles, you don't build muscles straight away. It takes
yeah.
practice. The same
Hmm.
thing, when you are trying to change your mindset, you are trying to feed positive words because it's a
Yeah.
habit. It creeps in time to time, but then you
Oh,
can
not time
consciously
to time,
decide,
like most of the time. Yeah.
uh-huh,
Uh-huh.
then you need to just figure out your consciously you can think, this is what I'm feeding into my mind. No, I'm
Yeah.
changing. So every time it happens, you change it. So you are training your mind to look at the positive side. So,
Yeah.
but you need to work on it. And then
Yeah.
there will be a time when you are just bang,
Hmm.
you have programmed your subconscious mind to just think that way.
Yeah. Because I think like something like, oh, it's not going to happen. And then I said, you can't think like that because your subconscious mind wouldn't know any difference.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, and I blamed myself, and then like it's kind of a little circle.
Uh-huh. And I think one of the things I learned in the process is never blame yourself for
Uh,
anything. If thoughts came, you corrected it, and that's it. You have moved on, and
uh-huh,
that moment is gone. But
uh-huh,
it goes in cycle if you think there's a negative word and then you corrected it, but then you are blaming yourself. Why did I think that way? It
mm-hmm.
is a cycle. You are just
Yeah,
stuck in that negative cycle, isn't it? So
mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
what works for me is if something happens which I don't like,
mm-hmm.
I change it and I forgive myself wholeheartedly. That moment is gone. I can't change it. Yes,
Yeah,
as a human being, we make mistakes. That's it. And I don't blame myself even for that
uh-huh,
thought. Thoughts come and go.
uh-huh,
Sometimes, yes, it's just, are we emotionally involved with that and how are we
uh-huh.
changing it? That's it. Don't
Yeah,
blame yourself for anything
okay,
that's
uh-huh.
happening because at the end
Right.
of the day, you are training yourself and it will take
Yeah,
time to build that muscle.
of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, training that brain muscles. It is
Mm-hmm.
hard work, but it's better than not working.
Um, Again,
It is.
um,
It is.
it is if you are involved, emotionally involved with something big,
Uh-huh.
something you really dream about it, you want to achieve something, and when you're working towards it, I know it takes a process, but if the desire takes over, then what you're doing, it feels relatively small to that big desire. Yes,
Right.
it is a process, it is work, but it's just filling yourself with what you want, your desire, then everything else becomes smaller. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it
Yeah?
does. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm having a private coaching session here, aren't I?
Honestly, I love sharing this material because
Yeah.
for me, it's like when I came to know about it and I felt like, oh my God, where was I all these years? And that's my mission now. I want to spread this as much as possible because everyone should know, kids should know, growing up, then they
Yeah.
can achieve anything they want confidently. It's
Yeah.
amazing thing.
Exactly. So what's the difference between paradigm shift and thinking into results? Because they probably designed to a little bit in a different areas, or even though they probably touch each other a little bit in different aspects. Yeah.
So paradigm shift is a 2.5-day program, and it's happening in Los Angeles, which is live streamed worldwide. So there, Bob covers lots of different things about paradigms, about all the things that I touched, and a lot more as well. But it is a short time to really make a change to yourself in 2.5 days. Usually, Bob said this once in Matrix, actually, that really stuck with me. He
That's a
said,
different program, is it?
yeah, the one which I went to in November.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
He said only 3% of the people who come to his seminars bring a change in their life after going back home.
3%.
3%.
Okay.
And rest of the people, they come, they take in, they listen, and when they go back, the reality hits and they're stuck in their present world, and they don't make any change. So 97 people out of 100 who come to an event, they don't make any change in their life. And I wanted to be that 3%, and I've been taking action, whatever I needed to. So paradigm shift, you understand the concepts, everything that's out there to bring a difference to your life. But will everyone watching it, will they change their life based on that concepts? It depends on the individual. Some people need support, and this thinking into result, it helps, it provides that support. So it is a 24-week program, almost 6 months, and there are 12 lessons, and a person gets online access to the program where they watch Bob's videos every day. And then there is a book, which is this one, Thinking into Results. I put a Band-Aid because there was some problem there. So this book, and each lesson, we do it for 2 weeks. And the reason is it takes time to bring a change to habits. As you said, it is hard work. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
And it's all about the self-reflection. And I will have a call every day, a group call where we go through the lesson, any aha moments, any issues they're facing. And I am there in the process to help them to get the best out of this Thinking into Results program. So in this process, you're not just feeding yourself with new knowledge, you're putting into action as well. And most of the people, they may think consciously thinking about what they want, emotionally get involved, but unless you take action, you don't move towards your goal. So you need to take action as well. So this really helps to really move into action and get towards your goal. And it just bridges the gap over time and help you to move further near to the goal. And it is all about self-reflection. You will be reflecting on yourself. There are lots of exercises to do every day. And it's amazing like how much you get out of each lesson. And as I said, like when we touch on the goals, for 2 weeks, you just work on the goals. You are reflecting on yourself, your true desires that you have. And then habits, you're working on your paradigms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there will be time to time because we are scared of the new big thing. If the goal doesn't
Yeah.
scare you, then it's not a good goal. The goal
Yeah.
really need to scare you and stretch you and help you grow in the process. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there will be times when terror barrier kicks in because you are entertaining something unfamiliar. So when you are frightened, scared, there is a lesson in here where again you go back, you read the lesson, you reflect on what's going on internally. There are lots of questions to bring everything out to the surface and then help you move on from that fear. So everything is an exercise based. So you are moving towards a goal. So you are implementing everything you are learning. And it's amazing to see the transformation in this process. Yeah. And yeah, please go on.
Yeah. So because you've went to Bob Proctor's course like few times, and you even have like photos in his seat, and
Yeah.
you were saying you would like to be in his inner circle, which is
Yeah.
very few people in it.
Yeah, there are few people in that inner circle. So my short-term goal is to be in that inner circle, and
That's
which
your
means
short term.
yes,
That's like
goal.
that's not your big goal. It's like a just a, like a
Yes, it is
yeah
like I have a big goal, which
yeah
is climbing the mountain,
yeah
and these are just maybe this is going to the base
yeah
camp
yeah
or moving
Oh
towards it.
wow
So
wow! Being Bob Proctor's inner circle, just a base camp. I love it. You
I love
have to
it,
dream
love it.
big. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think
that's
that's what
amazing.
stretches you. And I've been personally using Thinking into Results program for my own self because if you can see, I'm from a software development background, as I said, and it's completely different to what I'm doing in here as a Proctor
Yeah.
Gallagher consultant. It's the mindset, my own paradigms, my own ideas and habits that I'm changing in the process because uh, to achieve what I want, I need to change my habits in the process, and I've been working on it. And if I tell you, like, if you had asked me last year, that told me that Naga, I will do an interview, I don't know if I would have accepted it. And I was not even comfortable being on Facebook because I felt like Facebook, it's like people watching me. And I was in Facebook, I had account, lots of friends, but I never actively used it. And, all these things, I'm an introvert. I mean, I like talking to people one to one, but usually I'm not like a big talker. So lots of things I've been working on myself because to achieve something big, I need to change in the process. And every little change in myself is itself is a joyful moment. And talking about this actually, before I said I was goal achiever, that was fine, but it was a lot of mechanics involved. So I don't think I was spiritually connected to what I was doing.
Right, I see. Yeah. It was
But
kind of a
now,
tick box type of
yes,
goal achievement, not like emotionally invested and enjoying the process type
enjoying
of.
every moment, yes. But now with this, oh my God, it's like every day, everything, every little thing is beautiful. I'm really enjoying this process. I'm spiritually connected because I know this works. I know don't even have to think of what if, what that. I just believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And anything I need, any questions, any thing that I'm going through in my head, I can refer to my thinking into results and work on myself. So it's all about working on myself, nothing on else. If I'm
yeah,
not getting the results, I have to work on myself. If I'm not seeing what
exactly.
I need to work on myself. That's all it is. Yeah, I'm really honestly enjoying this process.
Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. So just like to get to know you, because like the program you're doing, and your background story. I absolutely love it. But because as an individual, like, do you watch TV? What's your favorite film, or do you
Mm-hmm.
dance? So,
Okay.
what's your
Um,
hobby? Mm-hmm,
I do watch movies, but very little. I
mm-hmm,
don't watch a lot
mm-hmm,
nowadays, and I watch a few going to cinema, but I don't watch telly
mm-hmm,
much. So because I don't want to be, you know, influenced by external factors. I do get the news, everything from my husband. My husband loves TV, so I don't even have to watch TV to get the news and
mm-hmm.
update from external world.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love catching up with my friends, and I have lots of friends here in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm,
I love spending time with them. And
mm-hmm,
I love holidays, going on holidays with my husband, and it's
mm-hmm,
me and my husband.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, we love going on holidays. And yeah, in my time, I love some music, nice soothing music, which just lifts my mood up to do and focus on the things I want. At
mm-hmm,
the moment, because I'm still doing the software development side of work as well, and then
mm-hmm.
now it has come a time where I'm just fully switching into this thinking into results. And so I've been very busy lately doing lots of stuff, but
Yeah.
otherwise, my ideal thing would be go and explore other
Mm-hmm.
countries and just enjoy the moment, fresh air, just maybe a sunset or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
little things make me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can see you glowing, and you are definitely in flow. So I'm sure you're
Thank
not
you.
even feeling busyness.
No.
Yeah. That's I don't know, like that's how it seems when I talk to you.
Thank you, Suki. I think this is the time, as I said, like before it was mechanics, this is
Mm-hmm.
more being into the spirit. So
Mm-hmm.
because I'm enjoying it, it doesn't feel like work. Yes, I'm busy, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't feel like work because I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yes, and thank you very much because you are going to be one of sponsors of doing the Power of You event in Newcastle.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I
and
am.
the one lucky person is going to get. Do you want to tell us all about it?
I will tell about the paradigm shift. So one lucky person,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, will be getting a ticket to Paradigm Shift, which is live streamed online. So it
Yeah.
is a 2.5
No, not
day
going to
program.
Toronto.
No, no, not to Los Angeles.
No, no, not
uh,
Los Angeles.
you
Yeah.
know, but it
Uh-huh.
is live streamed, so it's a 2.5 day program, and
Uh-huh.
this is the program which really changed my outlook of life last year. So I really am passionate about promoting this program, and I have watched it thrice so far, and every
Uh-huh.
time I get something new. So the winner will get this live streaming. So if you are not able to even watch the straight away online, they
Mm-hmm.
will, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, they will provide a replay for 14 days. So that is available to watch in spare time whenever it's
Yeah.
possible. I'm really excited. Whoever that lucky winner is, I'm super excited for that person.
Yeah, I have to put it out on a competition, and I am in flow and busy too.
Yeah,
It's on a planning stage, but it'll get out there. And
great.
yeah, and is there anything else you would like to cover? Because I remember now you're going to bring the thinking into results in Newcastle, and you're going to have a
Yes,
proper course, and you're having a workshop. So
yeah,
what's the plan? Uh-huh.
yeah. And I am doing a seminar on 4th of July in near
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle Central Station. So it's a 2-hour session where everything which I'm teaching in thinking into results, most of the concepts I will be giving out, I will be talking about it. So if you're a person who are action taker, you come and attend the event, I'm sure there will be something to take away and implement. And for others, anyone interested to join the program, so I'm starting a program on 18th of July. So that's the first batch will be starting then.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to bring that to Newcastle. And yeah, that's the plan. And if you can join me in the seminar on 4th of July, please do. The cost of the ticket is £5, which is maybe cost of a couple of drinks. But that money will go to a charity as well. Any money raised with the tickets will go to the charity. So please do join. I'm really looking forward to bringing that information to Newcastle. I know I covered a little bit, but the time is not enough in here to cover everything in detail. So I will be going in detail about lots of concepts in that seminar.
Yeah, exactly. I could sit down and talk to you like 5, 6, 7 hours. It's just so much.
Yeah, there'll be a
to
lot
learn
to
from
cover.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Suki. Yeah, there is a lot. It's Bob's material. It's not even mine. I'm not doing my own thing. It's Bob who is
He's
teaching, and it's
only
his
one
information.
person, so he needs lots of other people
Yes.
like you, passionate about this and spread the word.
Yeah,
and meet other
absolutely.
people.
Yeah. And I go to his training workshops every 3 months. So as you said, like since November 2018, I've been thrice to Toronto. It feels like my second home now. And I'm going in September as well. So I get
You buy the
trained.
second house there.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I go, and every time I go, because my awareness is different as well. There's so much amazing stuff which I'm get trained there, and I bring this information now. Now this is the time to, you know, getting this out in Newcastle and spread it out in UK. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Thanks very much doing that. And this Linda and Gaia says, could you please put the link for July seminar in a
Yes.
comment? Yeah, because
Yes.
I'm sure lots of people will be looking out for that.
Yeah, I will do that soon. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I think our time is nearly finished now. And thank you very much to join me and giving us so much information about the courses you're doing, and it's been just so much value for us. And
thank you so much,
thank you.
Suki. Thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much.
And
I'll be back on Sunday, I guess. Going to have another interview for an I'mPossible conversation. And
That's
Linda
great.
says, thank you, ladies. Wonderful information, full of values.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.